We all have to wonder. We have to wonder, people, or you can say assume. All the mess that's been going down in Cyrax's house for the last 6 or 7 years, or 8 years, or whatever like that. We all have to wonder. And I'm not saying this out of concern. I'm not showing no concerns about this. It just got me wondering, is all this right here taking effect on Sally's health? And I gotta say, I believe so. It's taking effect on her health. Um, why she never put him out 5 or 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago is beyond me. Because any other parents out there would have done been throwing him out the house. 35 years old, yeah, you gotta go, buddy. You're not gonna be doing all that screaming and yelling and thinking you run this house. No, you gotta go, buddy. Any other parent would have done threw him out. But you know what, Sally? You know what you should have done? You should have took insurance out on Cyrax. You should have took out insurance on him. So, because if you know he's heading down a bad path and you want to throw him out the house, you might as well take insurance out on him in case something does happen to him. Because I remember Cyrax saying that if you throw me out the house, I'm going to delete myself or whatever like that. I thought it was a video of that, him saying that a couple of years ago, I believe. And, if I was Sally, I would definitely took insurance out on him just in case. Just in case something does happen to him. Just in case if she does decide to put him out and he ends up deleting himself, at least the insurance would cover it all to get him buried. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sally, that's what you need. That's what you should have done. I don't know if you've done it now or not. I don't know. But if I was somebody like Sally and I'm 70 something years old, if I was like Sally or Ed and I'm like 70 years old and I got a grandson that's 35 years old, a goblin 35-year-old like Cyrax, I would definitely, put insurance on him in case something happens to him. In case if I decide to put him out. But Sally don't want to be held responsible for it because she knows if she puts him out, she knows that he's probably going to end up deleting himself or somebody out there going to do something to him. Cyrax talking about saying that he wants to. Y'all heard the voice message last night of him saying that he's scared to go to prison because he think they're going to delete him in prison to make an example out of you. Cyrax, ain't nobody going to waste their time in prison deleting you. Ain't nobody in prison going to delete you. As far as I'm concerned, you're going to become somebody's wife in prison because they're going to be like, why should we delete a little midget like Cyrax when we can have him do service for us? Because trust me, somebody in prison either going to make Cyrax their wife or they're going to tell Cyrax to wash their drawers and clean their jail cells, clean their room up for them, clean behind yourself. Because trust me, Cyrax, if you're sharing a jail cell with another inmate, and let's say they lock you in there with another inmate, and let's say this inmate here likes to keep the room clean, everything like that, because you gotta share the same toilet. You gotta share the same toilet with each other, all that type of stuff when you're sitting in the same jail cell. So, Cyrax, you urinating all over the floor and not cleaning up behind yourself, whoever your inmate is, they're gonna tell you to clean your own mess up in there too. If not, you're gonna have problems. Because Ed already done said that you don't clean up behind yourself when you go in the bathroom, when you urinate in there. You urinate all over the toilet, all on the floor, and never clean up behind yourself. And you think them inmates, whoever you're sharing the same cell with, You think they're gonna tolerate that? Unless they're nasty like you and they don't care. But if that inmate sees that you're urinating all over that toilet, all on the floor, they gonna look at you and say, "Yo, clean that up, bro. I'm not cleaning that up for you. I ain't your parent, man. You're a grown man, bro. What you doing?" And when they see that you do it and they see that you're scared and you do it, that's when that guy in his mind gonna be like, yeah, I can tell this little goblin what to do. Yeah, he a little coward. Look how scared he is. I yelled at him. I made him clean up his own urinate and this and that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell the boys that. Like, yo, we got ourselves a cleaner here. We can get this little goblin to wash our drawers, clean our drawers for us, wash our socks for us. Oh, we can order this little dude around right here. Oh yeah, we can tell him what to do. Oh yeah, we got ourselves fresh meat here, boys. Yeah, boys, we got fresh meat here. We got ourselves a little goblin here. Oh yeah, Cyrax, that's how they gonna look at you. Because when they look at you and they see you down there in prison, I'm just saying if you go to prison. If you go to prison, yeah, they're gonna be looking at you. They're gonna look at you and say, yeah, he look like a little punk. Yeah, we're gonna make this guy our wife. That's what them inmates gonna be saying to each other. Like, yeah, this guy a little punk. Look at him. He a little punk. You can tell he's a scared little punk. You know, Cyrax is gonna show fear. He goes to prison, he's gonna show fear. And if you watch these prison documentary, that's what these inmates are looking for. When they see a lot of fear in you, if you even show fear in prison, sometimes they'll target you. They will target you. They will. Yo, what you in here for, man? You know, Cyrax is gonna be opening his mouth too much. Oh yeah, he is. Because Cyrax, you better pray to God that nobody in prison don't recognize you. I'm just saying, if you go to prison. If you go to prison, you better pray to God that no one down there in jail don't know who you are. Or you probably going to be spilling the beans and you're going to be saying too much and saying that, yeah, I got locked up because I was flashing my penis on camera. They was accusing me of being a PDF. Now, if you say that word to an inmate down there, oh, that's when they're going to really search you up. And trust me, some jails, some prisons or jails, they can get phoned in there and they'll look you up, Cyrax. They'll search you up on YouTube. And when they search you up on YouTube and they see these allegations about you, especially if they're not aware of you, and they see about these allegations on you all on YouTube, all on Rumble and everything like that, because they can search you, they can just Google you. Because you know Cyrax is going to be dumb enough to tell them too much information about himself. And they'll be like, oh, really? Wow. And then when the inmates be talking behind your back, say, hey, yo, look this little dude up, man, because this little dude look like a PDF. You know, he's saying too much. So, hey, let's just look this dude up. And when they look you up and they see what they see, you being accused of all these allegations on the internet, oh yeah, you're going to be in a world of trouble, Cyrax, and a world of trouble when you go to jail. So my advice to you, Cyrax, which he isn't going to take this advice, is just don't communicate with nobody. But you know, Cyrax is going to be friendly with somebody down there in that jail place. He is. But back to Sally. Sally, I don't know, man. I think Sally and Ed would get a lot of peace and quiet when he's not there. When he's not there, they'll definitely see a whole lot difference in things on how quiet it is, especially Ed. I've already said this before. Ed would definitely have a big relief and saying it's much quieter around the house. Nobody's really coming on our property and this and that. And Cyrax, you said in a voice message that, you know, someone came to your house on Halloween and banged your windows, and I saw that John showed the police report And the police advised y'all to get cameras. And I said that, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, that y'all need to get cameras around the house, which cameras is not going to do any good because they're going to come there at nighttime all masked up. So they're not going to show up on your property showing their face. They're going to be all masked up because I guarantee you they was all masked up when they came on your property around Halloween, banging on your windows on whatever you said they was doing. I bet they was all masked up. So cameras not going to really do too much good. I mean, they're going to be masked up. But I've been told you and Sally that y'all better off just moving out that area. Or if you're going to continue on staying in that area, get cameras and get fences put around the house. Tall fences. Get yourself tall fences and some mean, vicious dogs. Have about 2 or 3 mean, vicious dogs running around your yard, but you need fences all around your property, and have 2 mean, vicious dogs running around your house. I mean, run outside, guarding it. So that way when they bark, they'll let y'all know somebody's out there. Ain't nobody gonna come on y'all's property then. They ain't gonna do nothing because they know when you got 2 mean, vicious dogs, those dogs are gonna bark. I'm just saying that's what I would do if I was in your shoes, but I wouldn't, me personally, I've already done said this numerous times. I wouldn't even do all that. I would just not sign the lease. I would just move somewhere else. And that's the thing with you, Cyrax. You spend so much time and effort worrying about what people saying about you, looking up these stupid lawyers and this and that. You sitting up there wasting your time looking that up. You should be looking up on trying to find a new place for you and your family. If you really care about your family, because that's what I would be doing. If I was a loser like you, Cyrax, if I was a loser like you and I stayed up in the house 24/7, scared to come outside, all I do is just spend time on the internet worrying about what people saying about me, getting in all my feelings because people are being mean to me on the internet. You know what I would be doing? I would be searching up on the internet on trying to find somewhere, a new place to stay, to start over again. I would be going up to my mom and be suggesting like, hey, mom, because that's what I would be doing. I'd be like, hey, mom, I found some houses that's, good price range and, stuff like that. Saying, talk to your mom, bro. Like, that's what I would do. I would talk to my mom and I'd be like, I'll be getting online, searching on the internet, trying to find a new place for all of us. So that way we ain't got to continue to deal with these people that keep coming on my property. That's what I would be doing if I was you, Cyrax. I'd be on that internet right now searching somewhere to stay at. And then go tell your grandma, like, hey, grandma, I done found some nice house in a nice area. It's a very good price range. I think we can afford it and this and that. That's what I would be doing if I was you, Cyrax. Instead of wasting your time with these stupid lawyers and going back and forth with John and them and getting in all your feelings, talking about, I'm going to go say, man, why are you wasting your time with that, bro? Be on the internet looking for a new place to stay. That's what I would be doing. You see what I'm saying? He worries about the wrong things. He talking about saying that he want his life back together and that he's sick and tired of this. And he's talking about he's tired of living in fear. He said only when this is all go away, when he goes to sleep or he's working on his music. He said that's only when it slips his mind. This is only when it goes away. But you don't want to put no efforts in searching up a house, a cheaper place, or searching another place in a different neighborhood so y'all can get up out of there. That's the only way this is going to win, because if I was in your shoes, that's what I'll be doing right now. I'll be doing that. But if you're going to search up something, make sure it's about 5 or 6 hours away. It can't be 10 minutes away from where y'all stay at. It can't be 15 minutes. It can't be 20 minutes. It can't be 30 minutes. It's got to be way out the way somewhere in Ohio, somewhere in the country in Ohio. It's got to be pretty good ways, because if it's 15 or 20 minutes from where y'all stay at, they're going to easily find y'all. But you're talking about, and you're complaining that you want your life back, and you want all this to go away. Then you need to be searching online, bro. Writing down on pieces of papers, making phone calls, talking to landlords, and saying like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But don't tell the landlords your problem. Don't tell them who you are. You know what I'm saying? He sit there and he wastes his time talking to these lawyers and whatever. Wastes his time talking to these lawyers, going on panel, cussing John and them out, saying racial things. He wastes his time doing that instead of getting on the internet, worrying about more important things by searching up some houses for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cyrax, we know you ain't got sense enough to talk to no landlord, but you got sense enough to look for things. You got, and that's the thing though. He'll spend 2 or 3 hours or a whole day making a 40-minute video talking trash about the trolls instead of getting on the internet trying to find a new place to stay for him and his family. That's what I would do if I was you. If I was in your mess, that's what I would be doing. I would be looking on the internet trying to find a place for me and my family, and go to my mom and say, hey mom, I found about 4 or 5 places that's a good price for us to move. You know what I'm saying? Talk to your mom about that, your grandma about that. And then your grandma might be like, oh, okay, Chance. Like, hey mom, I found this place. It's like a good price for us. I think we can afford that. Here's the phone number right here. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Here's the phone number. Here's the address. It's a 3-bedroom place. It's at the right price for us. So, hey mom, when you get a chance, mom, call the landlord and see, can you talk to him and see if we can somehow get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that way we ain't got to continue to deal with these people coming on our property screwing with us. That's all you got to do, Cyrax. Like, he, you know what I'm saying? He just do things backwards. He do things backwards. You got plenty of energy to make a 30-minute, 40-minute video addressing these trolls and talking about you're the victim. You got plenty of energy for that. You got plenty of time for that now, don't you? You got plenty of time to go out there and cuss John and William Glory and them out and call them the N-word and this and that. Oh, you got plenty of time for that. But you don't got no time to sit there and take the time of your day to do something constructive in your life and be like, I'm going to search up some houses on different websites and see can I get us out of here. You know, that could be a huge help, Cyrax. That could be a very huge help because, you know, Sally and Ed and them, they're probably not too much in this internet stuff, but you are, Cyrax. You know a lot more about this internet stuff. You know where to go search to go find a cheap place to go stay at. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't doing that. Because like I said, if I was you, man, ain't no way I'd be staying there. Got to deal with people 7 days a week, driving by my house, saying F-U-J and saying, you know, throwing rocks at my house and having drones fly over my house, dropping paint on my house, trying to set my vehicle on fire. Who in the world continues to stay at a place like that? Because it ain't no way, man. It ain't no way. But I guess Sally is just, I don't know. But you see, Cyrax, maybe if you would have man up and went out and got you a job and saved up some money over the years, yeah, you could have probably got you and your family up out of that place, and y'all could have moved into a better environment place where they don't know where you live at. But that's what I would do. You know, I would search up some houses for my parents and write everything, you know, get a sheet of paper, write it all down, and then give it to your grandmother, and she'll let her make the phone calls and talk to these people. But I would move far away from that area as possible. It ain't no way I can stay in a place like that. But that's the only way you can beat this, Cyrax, is move out that area far away, and don't get on the internet and don't let people know where you at. Stay on the down low. But he isn't gonna do that. He isn't gonna do it because he moved to a new place, and even if it's 5 or 6 hours away, He gets on the internet, he's gonna run his mouth, talk his junk, and then bam, you're right back where you are again. Now everybody know where you live at. Sally, put your foot down and kick this little goblin out. That's the only way he gonna learn. Let him get a taste of what it's like to be out there in the streets, to be homeless. You gotta show him tough love. Show him tough love. Show him that you ain't playing. He'll stop. He'll definitely stop. Because I mean, like I said before, man, if I put my parents through that, man, my parents would have done been through me out the house. And y'all say the same thing. I even seen the comments on what y'all said. Y'all said the same thing on what I said. If y'all put y'all parents, how Cyrax put his parents through, man, they had done been through our butts out. They had done been called the police on us and had us escorted out the house. My parents be like, you better not come back on my property again. You come back on my property again, you're either gonna get a bullet or or I'm gonna call the police on you every time you show your face on my property. That's exactly what my parents would have did if I would have put them through that. They kicked me out, and then I got the audacity to come back. Nah, they ain't gonna play that. Anyway, y'all, peace.